The Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, Capital One, TD Bank, PNC Financial Services, Truist Financial Corporation, U.S. Bank Corp., Citigroup, Wells Fargo and Company, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan and Chase. Goldman Sachs is in there somewhere. But these are the biggest banks in America. J.P. Morgan and Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo and Company, Citigroup, U.S. Bank Corp., Truist Financial Corporation, PNC Financial Services, TD Bank, Capital One, Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. Goldman Sachs is somehow thrown in there too. And then you got the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, the Open Market Committee is very important. But the basic organizational structure of the Federal Reserve is you got the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. And that's made up of the presidents, right, of the 12 Federal Reserve banks. So there's 12 Federal Reserve banks. And they are located in San Francisco, Dallas, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, Cleveland, Richmond, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Louis, Dallas. So you have 12 Federal Reserve banks. So you could check out, who runs those Federal Reserve, who's on the Board of Governors. Are they Christians? Are they, do they read the Bhagavad Gita? Are they Hindu? Is Donald, Biden, Obama, Bush, Clinton? They're all Christians, most of them white. Throw a dart in America, you're going to hit a white Christian. My guess is that white Christians run America. White Christians, all over the place. Very few, according to the numbers, 2% of the demographics of America are Jewish. 2% are Mormon. 23 unaffiliated. But Protestant is 47% and Catholic is 21%. Put them together, that's 68%. Nearly 70% of America is Christian. So fucking Yeezy, man. I think you're having a breakdown. And I think you're a racist. And you just think of all white people as, Jewish people, which is crazy. Rahm Emanuel, Mike Bloomberg, they used to be mayors, but they're not anymore. Those are like the only Jewish people that's like in American politics. So they're all Christians. They're all white Christians. Donald was he said he was a Christian. Biden says he's a Christian. They all say they're Christians, but Donald's more like an anti-Christ Christian, right? But Hitler was a piece of shit. Hitler used the Jewish people as a scapegoat. And he's being that fascist weasel, that motherfucking Nick Fuentes, that fascist weasel fuck. He's a super duper fucking racist, sexist, homophobic, anti-Semitic pile of shit. You can't get a bigger pile of shit than fucking Fuentes. Annie Kasparian on Tim Poole, she said that it's an insult to bitches to call Tim Poole a bitch. They are fucking going ham on Tim Poole. I'm enjoying it. Apparently that Yelo Minneapolis is a pro groomer. So apparently Tim Poole, they didn't. And then Fuentes, they want a Catholic. That's the solution to DEFCON 5, not DEFCON. That's the lowest defense readiness. Man, I'm going to go DEFCON 5 on you. You want to go DEFCON 1. DEFCON 1 is the scariest one. Chris Farley spun out of control. I could have done more. I know I'm not responsible for Chris Farley, but if I would have tried, could I have brought Chris Farley back? So rage against the dying of the light. Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. And you, my friend, are no Jack Kennedy. Bambi, quick to the thicket. Get to the arroyo. Get to the arroyo. Get up, Bambi. Get up. You must get up. Larry David, hilarious. Henry Winkler, fucking funny, cool. Adam Sandler, funny. Sarah Silverman, funny. Harry Houdini, magical, right? Fucking goddamn, he can get out of any. Anne Frank, Jon Stewart, smart, funny. Albert Einstein, genius, smartest motherfucker on the planet. Rodney Dangerfield. Hilarious. My God. I mean, Jewish people have been making us laugh. So the question is a factual question. Do the Jews run America? Do they run the banks? It says no. I mean, Robin Vince, I don't know who that. He has $5 million in the bank. He runs the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan and Chase. He's not Jewish. Robin Vince isn't Jewish. So only 2% demographic, very few Jewish people in America. And he's having a meltdown. He's having a break. All white people are not Jewish people, and all Jewish people are not white people. There's distinctions. These distinctions matter. To be Jewish means you believe in the faith, right? Or culturally Jewish, like, I don't know. I'm an atheist, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. I like the Will Smith and Trevor Noah interview. That was interesting. So anything else? The main point is it's a factual question. So just look at the corporations. Capital One, TD Bank, PNC Financial Services, Truist Financial Corporation, US Bank Corp, Citigroup, Wells Fargo and Company, Bank of America, JP Morgan and Chase, Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. Goldman Sachs, I'm not sure. It wasn't on the list. I just grabbed this list randomly off the internet. But basically, it's a factual question. Look at the goddamn banks. Look at the CEOs. Look at the board of directors. If the majority of the board of directors are Jewish, if the CEO is Jewish, or if the board of directors, majority of the board of directors are Jewish, then you could say, I mean, just a rough estimate on the surface level at least, that it has, Jewish influence, a Jewish influenced bank. But it's a white Christian nation. Look at the presidents. Look at the people, the culture. It's a white Christian nation. Jesus was a Jew. So Christianity is Judaism plus more. Judaism is the foundation for Christianity. So I don't know how far Christianity can really remove itself from Judaism. Israel means wrestling with God. Krav Maga is one of the most premier fighting styles in the world. I'm not Hitler, so I don't mind, religious people. I think I can mock you and laugh at you, but you can wear a yarmulke, you can light your menorah, and you can have your Jewish outings. I don't mind. I've been tolerating Christians my whole life. I remember... I'll just tell this little ditty and get on out of here. But the main point was the Federal Reserve and the banks. It's a factual question. So do Jewish people or the Jews, are the Jews in control of the banks? Look at the Federal Reserve. Look at the 12 banks of the 12. Look at the presidents of the 12 Federal Reserve banks and the Open Market Committee. But I'm just going to say this because it was so crazy. It's like, I'm, I don't know, 18, 17, somewhere around there. And this guy was kind of being anti-Semitic, and it just struck me as so fucking bizarre and weird because I guess I was sheltered from any of it if it's like all over the place. But I would say most Americans don't know a Jewish person. Only 2% of America is Jewish. Most Americans don't know any Jewish people. And so when he was sitting there making fun of Jewish people, it just seemed so fucking out of pocket or so fucking weird, and it made no sense. Also, we know that, Hitler and Nazi Germany was fucking wrong. We fought a war against them, right? So basically, it's in our bloodstream, and people just kind of want to, you want to make an intellectual point, right? Okay, there's some good things about bad people, and there's some bad things about good people. But does it overturn? Is there enough good? He was a vegan, okay. But he killed a lot of people. Yeah. So what's my point? My point is there's good and bad in all groups of people. There's good and bad in all groups of people. Don't be a fucking racist. Don't just say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. You could be a Christian and be a good person. You could do your religion over there and not be a criminal. Same thing with all religions. I'll mock your religion. I think religious, dogma is dumb. But in America, you got a right to religion. And Kanye, you're having a breakdown. It was that little ditty, he's just talking about, he was just making some anti-Semitic comment, and you look like a fucking alien. What the fuck are you talking about? It's 2022. It's 2022. It's ridiculous that there's racism and sexism and homophobia in 2022. Or human trafficking. There's human trafficking. U.S. Marshals just caught 12, saved 11 kids that were being trafficked. Still today in America, human trafficking. So, yeah, I think that's all I want to say for now. That's all I want to say for now. Bank of New York Mellon Corporation is run by Robin Vince. Is Robin Vince Jewish? And then the Federal Reserve. So check out the government, check out the private banks, and check out the government banks. Check out the 12 government banks, check out the private banks. If, I just, gut feeling, I'm pretty sure I'm right. White Christians. They run the banks, they run the Federal Reserve, they run America, they run the presidency, the Congress, the judiciary, the politics, the holy water. WASP. Everywhere you look, there's WASP. Look to the left, there's a WASP over there. Look to the right, there's a Catholic over there. There's a Mormon, there's a WASP, there's a damn Catholic, Protestant, WASP everywhere.